The hope and goal is to turn nothing into something, get everything we deserve. Pray that we...
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Bishop Bang, and welcome to another episode of It's Whatever with the Bishop, Magic Moments with the Mosley Present. I am your host, Bishop Bang. I got my co-host, Funny Man Jeff. Yep. And we are definitely in the building. This is season 2, and we are back. It's a new year, y'all. You know what I mean? It's 2020, and we are here starting off season 2. We ain't gonna call it episode 1 because it's episode 49, I would say. And we appreciate all y'all that have been listening. We appreciate the new listeners and the followers that have been leaving comments and catching up on the old season. Much love to you and appreciate you. We hope that all things is going well for you in the new year. We got a guest today. Now, we normally do this thing where we investigate people, but this guy was off the radar. So it was kind of hard to investigate him. So we'll let you, you want to introduce him or should we let him introduce
Well, this is Jarrod. I know him because we work out together some days. He's an avid participant and client of the Lion's Den.
Yes.
But yeah, so Jarrod is a sheriff on top of being an athletic individual at his ripe young age of 57.
Damn, shots fired.
Jarrod's like, tell us about yourself. I know you're a sheriff in Dauphin County.
True.
So what's up before we get rolling into the mix? What's up?
You can tell us where you graduated from.
CD East.
Okay.
1995.
No shit.
Class of 95. Did a little bit of college, hack.
Okay.
Got some credits laying around there, you know. Got pens.
Let me go back and get mine. I got a couple over there.
We talking about that last week. Got some Penn State credits laying around too.
Okay, yep.
So you know. Pretty much that's it as far as education wise. Been in law enforcement about 10 years now. I was a state constable. Elected state constable, as a matter of fact.
Elected,
yeah, you know. Went out, knocked on some doors, got people to vote for me.
Show them the smile.
Yeah, I did that for a while. Now I've been doing the sheriff thing. I've been doing that I started doing that in November of 2015. So about 4 years and some change.
Okay.
Worked a few years down Philly.
Yeah.
In their fugitive recovery unit, and now I'm here in Dauphin County back home.
Oh, the fugitive recovery unit. So are you like a bounty hunter type of deal?
No. We just did, high risk warrants. Pretty much what we did
shit.
every day. Yeah.
I know that was crazy in Philly.
Oh yeah, it was. We had some moments.
Okay.
To serve this paper, I might get shot. Like,
Yeah.
Right?
It comes with territory.
Philly's fucking scary. I like Philly too.
Yeah, man, I like Philly. But
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah.
But that's about it. You know, work out every week. You know, come.
Okay.
You know, to the Lions Den, get tortured every.
You saying okay like you're not tortured.
Come get tortured at the Lions Den a couple times a week.
Yeah, man.
You know, still trying to play sports, still trying to stay young at the age of 57.
At least we know you're one sheriff that won't be getting his ass whooped.
Oh, nah.
They send him in first. Like, send him in. Send Jarrod.
Nah. I train every day. I gotta fight. You never know when you gotta fight for your life.
Yes.
You know, that's my little motto I like to live by.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm going home every night.
I know that's right.
Yep.
So, what got you into law enforcement? Like, what got you into?
Crazy thing about it was, I lived in Pembroke for middle when I moved out there from the city, like 7th grade, because I was getting in trouble in the city too much with my mom. She said we got to change school districts because you've been doing a little too much. So I went out to Pembroke. That's when I started going to CD East, and it was this cop that was always in the neighborhood, and he always he was in the community policing, is what we call it now.
Yeah. Which is a lost thing.
It's getting a little bit better though, but he would always roll up on us like, "Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?" He wasn't like harassing us. Okay. And you know, for listeners that don't know about that particular area back in the early '90s, giving my age away, early '90s, it wasn't too many black people living out in those parts.
Area, right?
Yeah. So if you was out there, you was they thought you was up to no good. You was doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. But it was his families, that lived in different areas, just trying to relocate, trying to better their families, get a better education for the children. So that's when my mom moved out there.
Okay.
But it was a cop that was out there, and he always would just roll up on us, "Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?" He was about to do something stupid, and he always, I ain't gonna sit up there and act like I'm one of them dudes that ain't never did nothing wrong.
Okay.
He would, "Hey, what's up, guys? What you guys doing?" oh, nothing. All right, cool. Well, be safe. He was just kind of letting us know, like, hey, I'm here. I see y'all.
Right.
Don't do nothing stupid because I don't want to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
But he was doing his job actually by just talking to us and just building with us. So I built a relationship with the guy. I've talked to him throughout the years, and that's kind of the reason why I got into policing is because, on the other side of the coin, there was some other officers that was out there at that time. It wasn't too friendly with with us, and it was something came up missing. Yeah. It was they thought it was us, but it really wasn't.
Right.
But and so that's kind of the reason why I got into policing. The community aspect of it, just helping people. I'm a firm believer in you. Like my dad told me, you're here to help.
Right.
So if you got to help people. So I got into this line of work. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah, and you get to see working. I don't know if we can go into that, but you get to see all sides. You see people handed their fate, so to say.
So yeah, I do. I see that often. Yeah. I see the good in people. Well, not I wouldn't say the good in people, but I see people at their highs. I see people at their lows. Right. Throughout my time of doing law enforcement. Yeah. And it's sad, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. They be like cuffing me, like, dang.
Book him, Dano.
He had me show me. He said, I'll give him the arm on the shoulder real quick. Like, listen, it's gonna be okay, but let me get your hands.
Oh yeah, sometimes in that line of work you gotta finesse them a little bit. You got.
I'm going home tonight.
You gotta have some streets. You gotta have some. You gotta have some street smarts with doing this kind of work. So yeah, a little finesse here and there. Yeah, goes a long way.
When they hand in numbers.
Oh yeah, especially when they hand out them big numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
So how's the diversity with this thing? Are you one of a few, or is it still a lot of Caucasian men? Because we don't, the stigma of coming up as a minority male, we don't want to be cops, people. But for you, so how's the diversity? Are you one of a few, or is it diversified?
It's getting a little bit more diversified where I'm at right now. But there always could be more. I'm a firm believer in the people that the community that you are policing should have people from that community and policing that community, because you have a better working relationship with them because you know how to interact with them, you know how to talk to people.
Right. You understand the demographic.
Yeah, pretty much. Not to pop shots at somebody, but somebody that grew up in another county or in the country, so to speak, just wants to get law enforcement and comes down to the city. Right. They're not going to have that, that type of relationship, I don't think they'd be able to build their rapport quite as well as people that actually grew up in the area. Okay. So.
Yeah, I was a criminal justice major at Lock Haven University, and you'd be surprised. Well, you wouldn't be surprised, but you'd be surprised at, the folks who are going to school to be cops. And when we have these sociology courses and some of these criminal courses, I would kind of be the voice of the minority or the inner city folk. I do understand wrong is wrong. I understand crime is crime and it is punishable. But I would always give them, but you may not understand why that person's doing what they're doing. I'm not excusing them nor forgiving them. Right. But when you have some of these youth or some of these people who grew up messed up, pop's not around, in prison, no father figure, mom maybe out in the streets or maybe working 2 jobs, can't really be home to parent, now, that's not everybody's scenario. And like I said one last time, right is right, wrong is wrong, but some of those people, you don't know their circumstance. Right. And you'd have my Caucasian counterpart, even though I know I'm light-skinned shit, but you have my Caucasian counterparts looking at me in class who are shocked as hell, because you probably didn't think about it like that. Right. Now, when you got the minority cop, or even just we don't have to stem the color, just somebody who grew up in the demographic. Right. Yeah, they're going to do their job, but they be there's an understanding going on. Especially when it's kids, you might give a second chance to a little kid,
yeah,
or not police them so damn hard,
And the thing about it is a lot of people don't realize is not everything is an arrestable offense. You don't have to take somebody to jail for every little second. Right. There's some discretion, you can use some discretion in situations, and a lot of people don't like to, use the discretion. You got some people that are just straight by the book, and you have to be by the book to a certain degree, but there's that little gray area that you're not breaking the law, but you could give a warning.
A teachable moment.
A teachable moment, a warning. Like, hey, listen, you know you shouldn't be doing this. Don't let me see you do this again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you catch him the second time. I told you before, man. Listen, and you know what it is.
Yeah.
I already gave you a warning, so.
They'd be like, we got this warrant. Hey, Scott, yo, don't run. And you got to chase him. You know, hey, I told you don't run. But,
And I feel like, because, you know, me, once again, studying criminal justice in school, like, a lot of people in law enforcement, like, they're just cops. A lot of them are police officers because, and I'm glad you said it's starting to come back, because I remember in the early 90s when I was super young, cops would walk the beat. They would be around. They stopped to shoot the shit, not to jam you up.
Right.
And I grew up across the street from Schindler, so you might have had a cop like Prisby, this guy they call Terminator.
Yeah.
Like, he'd come to shoot hoops.
Yeah.
And he got to call somebody who was cutting up.
Yeah.
He'd scold him or correct it, and then might shoot around for a couple ticks.
Yeah.
And then he's out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then as I got older,
That's funny that you remember that.
yeah. And then I got older. Plus, he ended up being in the schools too.
Okay,
But when I get older, then it's cops pulling up. Hey, no loitering, get the hell out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I get it. You're doing your job, but sometimes, you know, it's cool to talk to these youngins. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Say something to them, encourage them. You know.
So, do you think social media plays a part on how it's done now? It makes it more scarier for them. You think?
I
think. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, I'll be real quick. I don't think a lot of this shit was going on. We just get to film it now.
Okay.
Agreed. I agree with that. But also, too, with the social media thing, is like they don't show the entire incident that led up to
Some people
it.
don't know how to talk to
And
cops.
you know, when I read the posts and stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm only seeing like 3 minutes of an interaction with something, but what led up to this? Now, you do have a lot of people that are just straight, you know, D heads, and just escalate the situation. They take it from 0 to 100 when it don't need to be 0 to 100. But yeah, definitely social media plays a definite part in, you know, how stuff is nowadays.
Do they do like, I don't want to call it diversity training. Like, do they do people training or something, like, so you can get familiar with the people that you'll be dealing with?
Yeah, they do. I know when I was in the academy, they gave like interacting with different people from different cultures.
Okay.
So they gave you that. I think it needs to be drilled home a little bit more.
Okay.
But not enough to say, yeah, I can just go work in such and such part of whatever city and I would be, you know, 100% with it.
Do you think some of these cops, like, how I put this, they had no freaking business being a cop because they might be like a scary type person, you know what I mean? Because some dudes get jittery and they might have in middle school, high school.
Right now, yeah.
Man, you want to throw me in the bus?
All right, listen.
It's just being precautious because we don't want to get you.
Because you see those cops who are like, you could tell, like, yo, they're a little jittery, like, and then you got the person like I don't smoke pot no more. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. But a cop get behind me, I still get nervous, and I have nothing to hide.
Well, I think with everything now, you're seeing everything, like you said, everything's getting filmed nowadays. So all of the stuff that you've been seeing on social media, that's getting, you know, ingrained in your head.
Okay.
You're not knowing what's going. Yeah, it's going into your subconscious. Is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So you automatically think, all right, what's going on? Am I all right? Am I riding clean? I mean, is my light out? Or you know, whatever reason they be. You know, I understand how you feel. I mean, as me being as, you know, a black person that's in law enforcement. I mean, I've experienced that myself before I even got on the job.
Yo, I used to go on back in the day too. Like, you feel like you've ever been discriminated against or just looked at funny by some of the white counterparts?
Definitely.
Because I heard the state troopers, that used to happen back in the day too.
I'm not too familiar with them because I never was, you know, not really affiliated with PSP at all. But yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be one common goal.
Yeah.
Protect and serve.
But it ain't really. It ain't all that all the time. People have their own agendas.
Pretty much.
And I'll just say that.
Yeah.
In every career.
Of course, yeah, because in construction, now that Trump's in office, did that shit didn't change, man.
Yeah, everybody got, you know.
What do you mean?
A lot of the good old boys, as we call them, they're a little more flamboyant now.
Okay.
They will speak their truth.
Okay.
And what's crazy is what Trump did. it's always going to be the black and white thing. I think not always, but that's always going to be at the forefront. But what Trump did was it made a lot of them white dudes who are in blue collar work, they hate Mexicans with a passion now. And I knew some of that chatter was there. I think it's the lack of understanding. You know what I mean? But now they're bold with it. I had a guy tell me, I respect you, your dad, and your brother. I can't stand your Mexican workers. They have done nothing to you but come and hang out and say, yes, he said it to me. It's the guy I got my weight equipment from. I call it fucking steal. It was a deal of the lifetime. But he actually showed me big love. It's weird, but it's like, and I don't sometimes, man, and he's older.
Right.
I don't got time to educate you, bro. I don't got time to tell you they're here to work hard to make money for their family, and they don't want no smoke.
And their people too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they work harder. And the crazy thing is, they work harder than a lot of the other trades. They're working longer hours. They're not taking as many breaks. Like, granted, now they come in and it's more manpower, though. Mm-hmm. But here you are doing your trade, and you keep telling me how you got to go back and do some of your guys' jobs. And that you can't even find 3 or 4 reliable people to come kick ass at what you do. But you're going to,
Well, I'm gonna say the thing about the Mexicans. I think D.L. Hughley might have said this before. They doing the jobs that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah,
nobody wants to hang rock all day.
Yeah, so why you faulting this man for Prince said want to come here and better yourself.
Yes, that passed down superiority. They think they're just superior.
And so what? There's a lot of them don't speak English. So listen, are you really here to chit chat with this motherfucker? As long as I make sure they don't hang in the wrong area or your wire doesn't get buried.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Just to automatically not like someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know how that goes.
But it's good though, because who we have? Your cousin.
My nephew.
Your nephew.
Yeah.
So it's good to see.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a constable, and he's definitely in the community with the kids and doing all that stuff. So,
who's your cousin?
My nephew. Tyree.
Oh, that's my man.
Yeah.
I gave him. I was a.
Yeah, because he was down. Yeah.
That was the constable for the 13th Ward, which is right here. So when I resigned, he took that spot. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
I know Tyree.
Yeah.
He good brother.
Yeah.
It's good to see this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a juvenile PO. That's why I should probably finish up my school. I like what I do now, but that was my aspiration because people always tell me, "Oh, you should be a teacher." I'm like, I don't have the patience for that. But I always had an interest in law.
You might as well keep learning in it.
Mm-hmm.
It never hurts to know, like the octopus.
Right. And I still pull it out when I do public speaking or when I rap with somebody.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a bright guy. He's a very bright guy. He's bright in color and he's bright.
Oh,
it's like see.
Like bright.
Yeah, man.
So, on this subject, he texted me this subject, but I'm gonna let him.
All right, so here we are.
Because I don't follow too much in, so I'm just going.
No. So here we are, a few days into 2020. And Trump is like already just being Trump. And I guess y'all heard about, hopefully you heard about the bombing of it was like a general from Iran, a top dog who was murdered in a I guess I'm going to call it a bombing. That's probably a better word for it. But anyway.
Was it a drone strike?
So there's a strike. Okay. A strike. Now, here goes my thing. I'm leading off with this, but I want to have a whole overall discussion. Society, in my eyes, doesn't take shit serious anymore. We don't, and we can talk about why, because I have my reasons of maybe why. But it's like, so this happens. And the internet, as they always say, is undefeated. I think they're going to remain undefeated for a lifetime, because here comes the memes. The memes, and they're fucking hilarious memes about this bombing. Who bombed Iran? I went to work and I went home. Or you see the Soldier Boy one. And so it's like, cool, I can dig it. It's funny. And I do stand-up comedy, so I get the whole the deflecting and all that. But it's like, I don't really see anybody trying to have that serious conversation. Because if we go to war, which it looks like it's going to happen, things are going to happen. They're already talking about a recession. You already know what happens when you keep fooling with these Middle Eastern countries. That's when the gas prices want to raise. Like, things like that, man. You got all this money getting spent on the troops. Then you have people, because, you know, everybody has family members that are in the military who go active duty. So now you got them being sent over there. They're in harm's way.
And elections coming up. But go ahead.
Yeah, like all of this stuff. And, like, did we really just become a society of, let's not talk about it, let's just make fun of this shit until it goes away? You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to say this, and I want us all to engage. Now, one thing could be that's the coping mechanism, because, let's be honest, that's some scary shit. If we go to war with these people, you know what I mean? What can be? You don't know what's going to happen. So is that our way of deflecting? And maybe some people aren't that educated on all of it, so we just laugh at it. But so it could be like a defense thing. I don't know, but like, what's your thoughts? Like, and this could be. I'm speaking of the strike, but this could be anything in life. Like, people really, in my eyes, don't take shit serious in society, and it can even happen in relationships. Like, I feel like this sometimes in my marriage when we're supposed to get real serious. I make jokes. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not the only one, I don't think, but it's like, so do you guys feel like people take stuff serious in society, or have we become that nation or that people that we just laugh at the shit? Like,
yeah. Because, I'm going to let you go.
Oh, we defer.
Because I'll be like, in 1770.
I think in life we like to walk around with the blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to come to grips with what's really going on in the world, and like to face our problems head on.
Right.
So if we act like it's not there, it's not there, but it really is. So I think society, not as a whole, but I think the major part of society, sees that, thinks that way. This is America. Nothing can happen to America. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I would say, they say every great nation has failed. Well, America could fall one day.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing that on the United States.
America, right? Like,
no, definitely don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I like to live by the philosophy that anything in life could happen. So not wishing anything to happen, but I like to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then like Brent said, the whole election going on. I don't know, man. This might be a little smoke screen.
Yeah,
and a little distraction.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, I was like, is that true? He was like, because if we get balls deep into a war, he don't have to necessarily leave office.
Yeah. Not why there's no war going on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fucking bananas. Yo.
I mean, and it's a good way to rally the Americans, get the Americans behind you to generate more votes.
It's like, at the same time, I look at it like, we are a nation that uses tragedy to come together. It's always been that way. Blow something up, kill some people, everybody, kumbaya. Now, me on it, before I get to that, and I said I wasn't going to go, but before I get to that, I am one to look at it. I still look at our people. This is just my opinion, so all the patriotic people don't come for me. It's all the same to me. Bush, Gulf War, killing of Saddam Hussein, someone that didn't do, like, it's the things, and those people in that position been doing that for the longest.
I think I see where you're going with this. Go ahead, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
I think I see where you're going with this. Go ahead.
This is what they do. And I agree, because I agree with what you said. I am one of them ones that look at America not going under that, because of the money involved. Everything has a reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're a country, I feel we mess with people and do things when we don't have. But then, right. But then I look at it, we do that to our own kind here. They do that to us.
My dad brought up the Muhammad Ali thing.
They do that to us. And I am one for, until it's knocking at my door or affect my people. I pay no mind to it. I can't give energy to him. in the things he's doing, and I can't worry about it. I have to still live and take care of mine, because while they're over there bombing them, we got people attacking us here that's supposed to be of the same American, and we're not the same. We're not equal. So if they could bomb us, they would. They kill us. They kill our children. They do the same. So I look at it as, I feel bad because I don't know what did they do to us.
Right.
What does anybody ever do to us?
Right.
Like, even with 9/11, they were over here. Like, it wasn't somebody that flew over. They were already here. The Boston bombs, they were already here. And then school shootings, they were already here. We are them type of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even because they look at us as a whole. Like, you have people from other countries, like, they'll come over here and they be like, dang, this is how y'all want to come here, but look how you get treated when you get here. So when you look at it, where you see people, oh my God, I can't believe. Why can't you? Why can't you? We drop bombs on people real quick. You know what I mean? And start a war just for, even if we stealing something from them. So I look at it like, man, it's not. I said to my wife after the whole impeachment thing, I wonder what he's gonna do. He's gonna make a splash.
And bang, what
You don't poke a bear, like you poke an asshole. You gonna get something back. You're gonna get some type of. And if America is scared, it's easy to control. This place has been controlled by fear. So now, everybody.
See, and that's why I said, do we make the memes and make light of this so that we don't walk in that fear?
I think we live in it every day, and I try to get people not to be like how you say, you know, that's a chance, and that's the sad part. If they get behind you, they're gonna pull you over. You get nervous, like that's just it for us. You know what I mean? And then the sad part is, if you see it's a black cop, you relax a little bit, like because you know the state is just in us. You see what I'm saying? So when you see the bombing and you see them type of things, you just like, to me, I'm like, this is what we do. This is America for you. That's what they do. So I have to, and like he said, hope, you know, expect the worst, but pray for the best, or whatever how the case goes. Yeah, man, I just look at it like, I heard about it through the grapevine because I didn't want to put because that's what they do when they're in office. You know, and I seen a post. I caught it, and yes, I did, and it said, why are y'all mad at Trump? Somebody said Obama did the same thing. He killed people and did. It's like, at the end of the day, I don't know. It's different.
I think we were already still in that war when Obama got in office.
Yeah, it's going to be different for us anyway, because we know it's a difference. Especially for us, we're going to always look at it different because we are victims still. Look how many years passed and we still victims. So how can we feel sad?
Yeah, like Muhammad said, the Vietcong ain't did nothing to me.
So how can we feel sad for other people when that same bombs and pressure they get, we still get? Mm-hmm. We get it too. You know what I mean? Like, some people probably over there like, the innocent people like, we ain't asked for this person, but they're in charge. That's the same with us. Well, we voted for Trump, but like, what we supposed to? How are we really supposed to feel? How can I show compassion for someone and people that don't show compassion for me? All right, so I look at it like, not to go there, but I'm gonna go there. So let's just say a war did start here.
Here, right?
Yeah. Just imagine. Who do you think? Y'all gonna want to be friends then. People won't, oh, we gotta stick together, we gotta stand together. Why? Why should we? Why? Why should I stand at arms with you? Why? Oh, now you want my help. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes this great so-called nation, this might be what it needs. You want to lose some people, yeah. But it's something that's built here that needs to be torn down. But we'll never have that equalness. They want us when it's come together more, the nation. 9/11, everybody was holding hands. It took a tragedy. But guess what happened? Like when people died, they go, you go back to living, and you go right back to the next thing happens, yep. You go back to the same way you was. Mm-hmm. You go right back to that hatred. You go right back to that.
What happened not too long ago, the mass shooter was something like France or something like that, or What was last year, a year or two ago? We stand for France, all that. Everybody's coming together.
Paris.
Paris?
Paris, France.
Yeah. 2-3 weeks later, some bullshit happens again. Like, mine's off of it. Our attention span is short, too.
Yeah.
And here's another thing while we're all on this. You know what my pop said, and it stuck with me? He said, yeah, I don't really watch CNN the way I used to, but I'm going to have to start watching it again with everything going on, just to try to stay abreast of what's going on. But you guys, you young guys and your Fire Sticks and your streaming services, y'all don't even want cable anymore. You don't have cable. How you going to pay attention? All you want to do is binge watch shows and movies. And I'm like, shit, like, you kind of make a point. You know what I mean? I try not to get wrapped in the news, but then again, you do need to stay abreast of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather hear from people like you, like y'all guys, when y'all come tell me stuff. Because I'm not going to go look.
And I don't think my dad doesn't understand too. Like, well, I can look.
Yeah, it comes on the phone. Yeah,
I can check it out.
I will gather what I need from hearing your opinion. Like I'm one that I like to read stuff versus hearing it.
That's what
because then I like to formulate my own opinion, be able to read in between the lines, because you have the same people that were giving you their opinion on the Mike Brown situation, Trayvon Martin. These are the people that's trying to tell you, our nation, we should come together. We should. Y'all the same people that throw us under the bus the first chance you get. That's how I look at it. Like, so I look at it like, what happens happens. Mm-hmm. Because I will be in that danger with my family, regardless to how you ever see. You see, I mean, I got kids, and I'm gonna have grandkids, so I'm gonna always have that fear. Because I know how we're treated, so I don't know, man. It's I don't have no feelings for it, and it's like kind of saying in a polite way, I don't care. And I say that in a polite. My mom fought in the war. She went deployed and everything. Like, it mattered to me that she came home, but the reason and why she did it, it wasn't so much. It was her job, It was a lot of people go in the military as a way of income.
Yeah. For education. Yeah. GI Bill, the perks.
You would think.
But then they come out with PTSD sometimes.
Yeah, right. And you would think the harmony of what's the reason? We don't want. So,
you meet some dudes that come back. Like, maybe was over there for no fucking reason. It was sad shit while we were over there. Like, this is bull. Like,
so and America can feed you any reason. We've been feeding reasons for the longest time. So what's the reason? Do anyone know the reason they bombed them? Because I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. I'm not fully. I don't know the details of this particular situation.
This is all I know. I don't know.
I saw it on I saw it on Instagram. I haven't watched. I haven't watched the news.
My dad's no guru, but my dad, like I said, he said he stopped watching as much because it just after a while it gets too overwhelming. But I guess it's one of the things too. You got to pay attention to over the last 15 years of what's been going on. So apparently, and I could be wrong, but apparently Iran got nukes. Like, they got some shit with them, and they're the type of people who, when everybody comes together, all the big countries come together, and you put these stipulations and stuff. It's sad. I should have paid more attention in college because I know exact terms of what. But put it this way, they're the type. They like, fuck y'all. I'm not dismantling my nukes. Like, no, I got this shit. Like, and I let them go. So, but I know, see,
right. So, right,
and I think they be beefing with like Israel and
who confirms? Oh, Iran.
Yeah, I think they're the type, like, they'll beef with Israel, they'll beef with Kuwait, like, they're the type where instead of trying to bomb us and like get to us, they'll fuck with a lot of people that we cool with. You know what I mean? For some reason, this country will protect the shit out of Israel. I don't 100% know why, but I know we get a lot of oil from Kuwait. Like, my pop was trying to explain it. Like I said, don't quote me like I'm 1,000%, but hopefully I'm on track. But this is what, just telling you what I heard. Like,
what I heard was, right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's some of the background. But then you got Trump, who is like a habitual button pushing type dude.
Like, so can we believe the source? It's not believable. So it's hard to believe they can make up anything.
I bet you won't go stealing Trump. Fuck him up. Watch.
We always putting our nose in something, man.
We're bullies. My dad said we get hired a lot. Like, something like, damn it. So I kind of do need to pay attention more. But Trump's the type of person where, oh, you're gonna pay us to do, you know what I mean? So apparently the U.S., our troops get paid by other countries to come protect them.
Right.
So I guess we're paid bullies. Like we start shit, but then we also get paid to go over there and be somebody's
people's fight.
Yeah. So maybe Iran's one of the ones like, well, you got the wrong one today, partner. Like.
Okay.
But then again, I'm also a conspiracy theorist. This could all be like some bullshit. I don't believe 9/11 was like some terrorist shit. Like, it's a whole other topic. But like,
it is because I always feel that I always trip when Pac said America will eat its babies. Like
population control.
Yeah, like they're willing to you hear like it's funny because I do watch when I watch them movies that be on espionage and all that. Yeah. I be like, this came from someone that was in the mix of it. This stuff is just not. There's truth in between the lines. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I look at it like you have to be willing, and I truly believe America will sacrifice people.
Let me tell you, I'll either pay off your student loans or get you a free education. I'll make sure you get the loan and pay for a majority to own a home. GI Bill, paying off your student. Like, this be the shit they'll pump to. Now, you do got some dudes who want to be all they can be, Marine soldiers. Yeah. But then you got some people who, like, might feel like they don't have nowhere else to turn.
Okay.
Like, I've seen two types of these people during my years of college. I've seen the guy who went away, did a tour or so. And this is early Iraqi war, like in the very beginning. Go do that, come home, and now he's going to college with me, a couple years older than me. But his education's free as hell. All he got to do is show up and get his grades right. He got a house off campus that's fully loaded. I think like the PS3 had just came out. He got that. He got a whip. Like, he got all the Jordans. And here we are, all next to him, struggling ass college students.
Right.
So I seen that. Then I seen the guy who went criminal justice major, is driving a Ford Focus, broke his shit, kind of wants to go deep into law enforcement, maybe not just a regular cop, maybe FBI, maybe DEA and stuff, but they tell you, hey, well, you're going to need some military experience. Well, I also got this student loan debt. I'm driving this fucking Ford Focus. Like, I got this degree. Let me go maximize this.
Right.
So next thing you know, this guy's in boot camp. This guy goes to boot camp, come home, no more Ford Focus. He's driving a fucking Escalade.
Right.
You know what I mean? Got his debt paid off, but now he got to go to war. I haven't talked to him since. I hope his mind is okay. Then you got the third guy. You got the friend who tried to do the college thing, but never left the college town. He becomes a townie. He's just there smoking weed, selling bud, playing video games, and probably has junior level credits or sophomore credits. And after 2 or 3 years of doing this shit, he goes, I don't know what the fuck to do with my life, but I don't think school's for me, or maybe it is for me, I don't know. So he meets a recruiter. We can pay off that, we can put you back in school, we can buy you a house, you know what I mean? So this guy says, fuck it, I'm doing it, goes to boot camp, come back, now he got a laptop, he got like a clean shaven, he got a whole new outlook on life, like, you know what I mean? So, now, but think of the chessboard. You ain't shit but a pawn though. I'm giving you this little bit of loving, but I'm going to send you into war. They go to real war. These people see shit.
You know what's crazy? It's like sports. You can't pick your coach. And then when you want a messed up situation, like, just think about it. With someone like Trump in office, is it good to join the military? Like,
right.
So you see what I'm saying?
I have a relative who's in the Navy. This dude, like, he has anxiety now.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, so it's like,
he probably loved it. Like, he's one of the ones who's like a career type dude. They don't get in and get out like, nah, I'm gonna retire with this.
Yeah, because some things with the right person, I feel, can be negotiated.
Well, you got to figure the previous beef was with Russia. So you got the soldiers like, oh, now we gotta go fight fucking Russia.
Yeah.
Now you pick it with Iran. Goddamn, like, you always beefing with North Korea, like.
And I think
you got that dude who just be pressing buttons.
Yeah. Some of the places you go messing with them people, they knock you upside the head.
Yeah, they might not be able to reach us over here. Maybe not. But you go over there. They got some. The Vietnam War. Them little dudes was with the shits.
And I say places
they was with it.
For me, I feel like they willing to sacrifice their people.
Yeah.
They over there fighting. They over there fighting over a religion that you don't even know the truth behind, like, but them people die behind
You saw 300.
being a Christian.
You saw 300. The dudes that they was gonna have like team up
yeah.
what y'all do for a living? Oh, I'm a blacksmith. Oh, I do this, I do that. He's like, what do we do for a living? Oh, that's them.
Yeah.
These ain't dudes who couldn't be fucked up in life. They couldn't finish college. Like, to be an army dude. Like, no, but you said they rich.
Yeah, they've been soldiers since coming out of the womb.
Yes.
Yeah. But that money, that dollar, man, I think it comes down to that.
That New World Order shit, I don't know. Please don't nobody assassinate me, Mr. Government. But like, there might be some truth to that shit. We don't know. We all end up black. This is some
Work for these folks, man.
He's gonna come back in 2 weeks. We can't find Jeff.
They gonna kick this off of YouTube.
Jeff been missing.
It's crazy, man. It is. I just think it's. I don't know.
I didn't even see. That's what I like about these conversations. Because I'm just asking, do we take life serious? But we don't talk about shit like this. But this shit's real. Like, and then we got Jarrod here. You ever think about the military?
Actually, I did. I was in high school. Kind of didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I was like, let me think about joining the military. Because a homie of mine, he went right into the Air Force right out of high school. He loved his career. I think last time I talked to him, he was about to retire. He's only like a year older than me.
Okay.
But he's just working. He was just working because he just
Kept re-enlisting.
didn't have nothing to do. Oh yeah, he was a lifer.
Yeah.
And I thought about joining. The Army came out of the house. We got this for you.
They told me I was too fat fresh out of high school. So I was overweight.
I was like, all right.
They start recruiting people. I'm gonna be overweight too.
And I thought about it heavily, and I was like, and I got caught in that mind state. I'm just gonna stay here in Harrisburg, and I stayed. But not having the military experience, it's hurt me a little bit.
In the law enforcement.
In law enforcement,
right?
Because you go whenever you take these exams for these jobs, you get military preference points. You get 10 points from the door.
Okay.
So if you score a 90, you got 100.
Okay.
So if you score 100, you get 110.
Okay.
So you automatically knocking guys off the list. So in that aspect, like what you're saying with your one homie, I mean, if you want to hop in to get the points, if you want to do something as far as law enforcement is concerned, it does help out. I mean, it's just a shake of the dice. I mean, you could get lucky for your whole term and not get deployed. Or some
people, because not everybody gets deployed to the war, right? Like, you have to go be somewhere else. And
you can get deployed to another country that has nothing to do with the main thing that's going on right now. But
about that,
I mean, you guys say, hey, listen, you gotta go to China, huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Right.
Japan or something like that. So it's like you just gotta go. I mean, the risk is, you gotta say to yourself, is the risk worth the reward? A lot of guys do it, but I mean, you got a lot of guys that go away doing that military stuff. They did that, and then they want to come back to the civilian world. And the civilian world is two totally different worlds.
Right.
And then you got those guys that have been fighting for their lives for 16 months across seas. Having guns being pointed at them, they're shooting people, shooting at people.
Yeah, you can't go wake them up like this.
Yeah,
like stand across the room. Yo, wake the fuck up. Like,
yeah, so that when that person comes back and gets a police job, you really don't need a military type of presence in a community setting. So
they can't turn the switch off.
Can't turn it on. I mean, and just from working in law enforcement, I can't turn the switch off either. Like personally myself,
we know working out with you.
I wouldn't want that type of person being a regular cop. Like, if you gonna go that route, you gotta come be DEA or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's great. Yeah.
You're not about to turn all Iraqi war veterans
get
for
the
a traffic stop.
Get it,
That's his dope. Let's taillights out.
Everybody get back. All of y'all. This is a hectic. It is a damn traffic. It was a car accident. Somebody was in an accident.
Yeah, but I mean, not to make excuses for them, but.
It is understandable.
It's ingrained. It's in their head. Like I can't turn the switch off. Like when I come in a room, I look for exits. Every time I walk in a place.
See, and I ain't even been in the military. I do that.
And I look for the entrance.
No. Listen though. I'm not saying this is you, But I be feeling like sometimes the military and the prison PTSD. Okay, it's not the exact same, but it kind of lets you know PTSD is real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is.
Institutionalism is real. Like,
Yeah. Definitely.
you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It's so hard to live a certain way and think you about to snap back.
You know, firecrackers, you be like,
Yeah.
okay.
You start doing that, ducking under the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
No, because back to what you're saying, because in order to get in some of them, you know, different type of law enforcement agencies, the agencies I see, the alphabet boys and all that, like they tell you either go be a street cop for like such and such years, or you can go enlist in the military. And
Well, they like you got to be a certain age, a certain combination of, you know, stuff in your background. You know, if you got a college degree and you got military, and you
shine bright at those things,
and you're decently smart, you know, you can get into, you know, those bigger agencies.
Yeah, my cousin, she wanted to do FBI. She didn't want to go to the military, so she ended up going, which was no disrespect to anybody from this area, but which is damn near like going to Iraq. She went to Baltimore, was a Baltimore cop for a few years,
Right.
and now I don't think she ended up with the FBI, but she's a DEA now.
Yeah.
But that Baltimore experience was freaking rough for her, though. You know what I mean?
Well, they look at, you know, certain agencies will look at like where you worked at previously, and they'll say, oh, well, this guy's, you know, he's got so many years of experience, but he was doing this, and
So he can handle this next level shit.
yeah, he can handle this, because in certain areas, I mean, like, you know, like you're saying, Baltimore, Philly, you know, DC, them areas, I mean,
Chicago, yeah.
New York, I mean, them cities is, you know,
Right.
It's
you gotta
different.
be on your game. You gotta be on your A game, and you know, some of these places you ain't really getting paid that much either. So you know, it's like you putting your life on the line for, you know,
40 grand.
I think it's all a distraction.
yeah.
It's a distraction.
Yes.
I think it just distracts us.
Yeah.
And we're already distracted.
Easily as shit.
We're distracted. We've been distracted for a long time. So it gives us something else to moan and complain about, I think, and joke about, and, you know, another fear to add to your bed.
This messes me up because day 2, day 3, or day 3, day 2, day 3.
What is it?
Today's the 4th.
Yeah,
But day 2, day 3, you want to do this now?
Yeah. And 20.
Motherfuckers didn't even finish taking their Christmas tree down yet.
Hey, it's no time like the present.
Yeah. He couldn't wait. I know he probably was like after the first. He sent the tweet like this.
And then you see, listen, and then it's like people's lives be on the line, like the world's about to get crazy, and then it's like
my mom's out, so.
But then you got folks that say, well, I hope this doesn't affect my W-2s and taxes.
Yeah, it's big.
Like, what do we really care about? Now, I do want my money, though, but shit, like, we've been conditioned to, like, yo.
Mexicans is having like no wall, he's fighting.
Yeah.
Him is busy. So they can come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's, you know, so we appreciate you coming.
Ain't no problem, brother. Appreciate the invite.
You know.
Yeah, it's good to see brothers doing a law enforcement thing, man.
It's a few good brothers around this area doing a lot of stuff.
You ever encourage anybody younger, or do you kind of just like handle your business?
As far as what? Trying to get them get into law enforcement?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, whenever I get a chance, you know.
If you see somebody who looks like they have a promising future.
Yeah. Every time I get a chance to speak to somebody, and it doesn't just have to be about getting into law enforcement. It could be talking about getting into other, you know, avenues of life. Anything that's going to better yourself, and I have like a little bit of information about it, I give it to you, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's free. I mean, it's stuff that I picked up, you know, through my 40 plus years of living. So, you know, it's information. Just give it out. You know, hopefully that will spark something in somebody's head to, you know, to create that change within themselves.
I truly believe it does, because you're speaking words at a vulnerable moment in most cases. You know, after that gravel hit, and then and then you see people before, and then you know, and their mind is so open with needing to absorb something different than the situation they're in. So I truly believe 100% that during those moments, whatever sounds promising, you're going to hold on to, because it's a different reflection of your situation. You know, so I look at it, because some people go in and don't pick up nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on the same way they left. So, you know, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing, and you know, it's a good return for you.
Appreciate that.
You know, because you don't got too many people. It's become that stigma where people don't want to be in law enforcement, or that's not black. You know, it's not what is, and that just drives me nuts. Of the definition of what we're supposed to be. Everybody's not a rapper. Everybody's not a ball player. It's stuff that you just like. At the end of the day, like, we glorify all the wrong stuff, man, and that's us.
Being in law enforcement, man, you get like, that's a career. You can make it a career. You can have benefits. You can 401k and pension, and am I right? Like,
yeah, I mean it does. I mean,
yeah.
If you do your thing,
if you set
a situation up right and maneuver correctly,
maneuver correctly,
you can you can be pretty well off.
Try to rank up and things of that.
I feel like that's something we don't do, and then I be looking at him like, well, what do we do?
Man, back my grandfather, God rest his soul, but he was a state trooper, and all the black state troopers of the Harrisburg area back in the early 90s, probably late 80s, early 90s to the middle 90s, it was a ton of them. Like, if anybody knows Gary Penn from Pigpen Hauling, he was a state trooper with my grandfather. My grandfather was a black dude who was from Virginia, ended up moving to, he went to the Vietnam War, got out, went to Philly, worked there, and then became a state trooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Majors brothers are state troopers.
Yeah, I had him talk to my grandmother and all that, because she saw all of that. And it's like, my grandfather a lot of them did. They would study together. They would all try to take the tests that were involved to rank up. He retired lieutenant, moved to Las Vegas, and lived there without a care in the world. Like, pension treated him pretty damn good. And you know what I mean? So it's like, hey man, that type of stuff is for everybody. You just gotta, you know.
State troopers, I mean, I do have to say, man, them guys are pretty set up.
And there was a squad of them. They used to have poker night. Like,
yeah, they living right now.
Good dudes. Yeah, he retired living right. Like, Gary retired. He probably used, not to speculate and count my man's money, but who knows if he took some of his retirement to help start his hauling company. You never know. Like, you know what I mean? So, and they were good dudes, man. Like, when they were off the clock, they was regular old guys, man. You know what I mean?
Old guy.
Yeah.
I'm a regular old guy on the clock. I got a job to do. That's it. Don't take it personal.
So, we're going to wrap up.
So, I fucked up my New Year's resolution. Got hungry one night, had some crackers with cheese and some bologna. It was beef bologna, though. I told myself no meat, but I was starving. I should have just ate an apple.
Hey, it's over there.
Yeah, so. That was 2 days ago. So
Today's new day.
Back on my shit.
Today's a new day, though, man. Okay. You could pick up today.
Did you have any New Year's resolutions?
None at all, man. I got life resolutions, so I'm working on
that. I feel that.
It happens in 2020, it happens in 2020. If it happens in 2022, it happens in 2022.
Look at my workout regimen. Like,
progression.
Yeah, man. Like, I had an awesome chest workout. I'm still feeling it. Like, I told myself certain body parts I want to take more serious.
Okay.
When I'm not with you, you know what I mean?
We locked in. We did
a little bit of chest this morning downstairs.
A little bit this morning. A little bit more chest and shoulders. It's crazy. Chest day is weird for me because, like, I'll go ham and my arms are what would hurt by the end of the workout, but then the next day, that's when, like, is that how?
Yeah, it's always settled in.
My arms was good.
I tell people holler at me on the third day. That's when you feel the majority of it.
So your third day? Today is the second day. Okay.
Tomorrow feel real.
I'm gonna do legs this evening. I went to shout out to Marv. We had Marv on the podcast, Benani Sport.
Yeah.
He's a wrestling coach for junior high. Marv, I'm proud of you. Like, Marv, like, kudos to you. I didn't work out this morning because I went to the Harrisburg High School a couple minutes.
Yeah, you go.
They had a duels meet. Duels meet is pretty much, it was like 6-7 teams showed up, and everybody had to, like, wrestle each other at least once. And the junior high, and then they also honored Jesse Rawls. So Dominique, I spoke to Dominique, and he said he's coming soon.
Yeah.
And they invited me, so, you know, we gave Jesse awards, Jesse Rawls, Coach Rawls. But then I stayed. I was like, let me stick around. And the Cougar, the junior high, they was kicking ass. Like, I wrestled JV 2 years, and it was depressing when we wrestled. Like, majority of us got our asses whooped, and like 1 or 2, 3 guys would win. It was like reverse. Like, these dudes is out there getting like they know what they're doing. Like I'm proud. I'm proud, man.
Yes,
And it's a bright future if those guys stick with it. And I'm not trying to take this good moment and turn it sad, but this is one of the things we were talking about too. Is like, so let's do better as parents and as motivators and as, you know what I mean, mentors and all that. Because when you look at the suburban schools or the rural schools, you know, you think, oh, they're going to go far. Even if they don't go far, you just they're going to be automatically.
Yeah.
And it's sad that we're sitting here looking at this, and we still have to have the conversation of, as long as they stay focused, man, as long as, you know, they don't get nobody pregnant or, you know what I mean, or get in trouble, like, and that, like, I'm not trying to turn a good moment bad, but that's fucking sad. So we all gotta let's just do better. Let's just continue to inspire and encourage.
There's a better opportunity. There's a better outcome.
We should not be having those talks, man.
It's a better outcome. Do you want to live or do you want to die?
Because when somebody was like, they might get, by the time they get to high school, they might get laid. They don't want to wrestle no more.
It happens. It happens.
Or the mom might have had another kid. Now he got to work because she can't take care of all of them. Like, I know that's not everybody's situation, but that'd be the thought in the back of your mind. So you see a full blown junior high team getting it popping, and they know that by the time they get 10th, 11th, 12th, it might only be like 2/3 of them. Like, I hate that shit, but
you gotta have vision past where it looks like now. Like, you gotta see down the line.
And the good thing is, in the midst of them saying that, they were talking about how they want to get the alumni more involved. Like, the goal is to get as many previous past wrestlers involved, so that, because they're going to do alumni night on the 28th, which is like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. And the goal is to everybody try to not sponsor a kid, but just mentor a kid. Like, look, that one, he's mine. Like, I got your back, homie. Like, you need anything, let me know. I'm gonna try to be there for you. So that is a goal. That is a way. We could have sat there and talked that shit, but at least there was a
yeah, it's good. Dom's doing a good job.
Yeah,
they got good people in place.
Hell yeah. Solution. I wanted to say there's a solution to, and I got to see Leland Nelson there. So these guys, man, I'm proud of you guys. I'm happy to
have they've been sticking in there for a long time.
Yeah, man. And it's paying off. These guys are out there kicking ass. Like,
and they the good guys that let you know what you need to do in there and outside and on that next level.
Yep.
You know, with school and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of good guys, man. That, you know, I feel there's more good guys than the ones that, I ain't gonna call them bad. They just don't have that guidance.
Yeah.
You know, so.
This is a genuine group right here.
Yeah, always, man. It's definitely.
Can I plug something real quick, bro?
Yes.
Let me plug something real quick. Since we're talking about wrestling, Marv, one of the guys that works out here with us, my cousin Marv Redcross.
Oh yeah.
He's got a gym he's trying to open up right now. It's called The Cave Wrestling. It's a little foundation that he has set up. He's doing a lot of stuff in the community, a lot of outreach stuff. They just had a movie night last week down at the Rutherford Youth Center. Kids come out, watch a free movie. He did a basketball tournament out at Edgemont back in October. Anti-bullying thing. So anti-bullying is his platform that he's launching everything off of. So just wanted to shout that out.
You want to plug us?
Yeah.
So we can have him on here?
Yeah. Right. I can do that. That ain't nothing. I can send him a text message when we get done out of here. But yeah.
What's his name?
Marv Redcross.
Marv Redcross.
So if you want to check it out, he's on Instagram. The Cave Wrestling. It's on there. He's also assistant coach wrestling too down in Still High, working with the kids as well down there too. So
good stuff.
Yeah, he's trying to open up a gym around here. Something that's not, you know, he's trying to do some next level stuff. So we gotta support.
Yeah,
we gotta support.
Come holla.
Yeah, I played football with him. He was on the Rhinos. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
So, you know, I know he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate everybody listening.
Sorry, Mr. Government.
Yeah, whatever. Sign out.
Whoa.
What?
I want to wake up tomorrow.
The comments stated today by these two individuals did not reflect how I think about my paycheck next week.
Yeah, he's
not playing.
we speak for ourselves. You know, so yeah, we come to stir it up this year. It's gonna be good for us this year. You know what I mean? It's a good start. We refer to God.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all inviting me out today, man. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Jarrod.
All right, so we normally leave with a piece, I guess. Well, we just say, all right. We over there, over there.
Over there.
It's weird.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's weird. All right.
Much
Peace.
love, everybody.
All right.